You once you begin your broadcast.
Hey guys, today is Friday, day after Thanksgiving, and while the room was closed today, I did run the bots from first thing this morning. We are coming up on session close here, and what I thought I would do for many of you that did not attend the webinar I did on Tuesday, I thought I would do kind of a recap and show you a little bit about what we've got going on here with the bot. I'll start with the Russell. I'm going to go through a number of charts. You can see the Russell is in a short, currently up $390. The Russell identified a short back here, actually, and has been in that short for quite some time, and it's about ready to hit first target. But for those of you guys that did not attend the webinar, and may be unfamiliar with the bot and what it does, let me just kind of give you some clarification. This is the only robotic trading assistant that I'm aware of some many thousands that are on the market, that is using a multi-time frame analysis on Delta, which you can see on the bottom, and time frames. So what that means is, you guys, I'm sure many of you have traded with moving averages and or Delta, and this indicator is actually assessing trades based on parameters which we have defined as being optimum for the instrument or for the time frame that we're trading. In this particular instance, I'm trading a 15 range chart. You'll notice that the default is set to trend only here. So it's trading in the direction of these two time frames over here on the left. So I'm asking the indicator to assess against two time frames. So what I mean by that, guys, is the delta and the moving averages are down on a 1 minute and a 3 minute. So when our delta is shrinking, right, we're in sell mode, and or our moving averages are crossing and we're in alignment with the higher time frames, that's where we get our signal to either buy or sell. So in this instance, on the 15 range on the Russell, we got a sell signal. You can see the red background, which is telling us that our time frames are in alignment. So our higher time frames, in this instance higher time frames, are in alignment. Our smaller time frame chart is also a short. Therefore, we get the signal for the short, and we take the trade, or the bot takes the trade. Fully automatic, fully auto. You do absolutely nothing except turn it on. Okay? The indicator is also setting the start or the stops and the targets, and those stops and targets are based on a multiple of average true range. So the bot will override your basic ATM strategy. In this case, I'm using a 2x1, but the bot will override your basic ATM strategy and then correctly place, based on the chart we're trading and based on a multiple of average true range or market volatility, will correctly place both stops and targets. Now you can see in this instance, the trade fired at 1628.5, initially set the stop up here. We did pull back, set it up here based on this entry back here. Now it does not take any of these signals, does not take these counter trend signals, so it keeps you in the trade and is now trailing and has taken first target at 23 ticks. So with two contracts, you have 46 ticks, $230 here, and then we have a final target at 38 ticks. So we'll see during the course of this video, we potentially may get it. In the course of this session, going back to this morning, when I turned this on, it did get this long, which was a loss. Okay, so we started out down on the session. That was at 9 o'clock or 9:16. It does not take this trade here, this nice little short. As you can see, it's taking it against a white background. So the bot will not fire that trade. One of your time frames is incongruent, right? So if we slide to the far right edge, you see that our 1 minute is red, but our 3 minute is green. So it will not take that trade. Unfortunately, it also misses this really nice long here, but it does get this short against the red background. And again, because of the white background, does not take you out of the trade. Now, the bot is configured so that if in fact the trend direction changes, if you're in a short and this were to go long against a green background, meaning our 2 time frames that I'm asking it to assess, and again, I can go to 4 time frames, but the 2 that I'm asking it to assess against, should they go green, it will stop in reverse. One of the questions that I'm commonly asked is, what if I'm in a trade? Am I stuck in a trade? The answer is no. You are not stuck for perpetuity in one direction or the other. It will stop and reverse. Okay? So I trade this bot on a number of different time frames. So I trade the Russell on 2 different charts. This happens to be a 15 range, and my other preferred chart, which is actually my preferred chart, is a 500 tick. And you can see that the 500 tick is also in a short. It is not the same trade. Rarely do they fire at the same price or at the same time on different charts. So this fired at 29.1 and this fired at 28.5. But you'll notice that both of these have a runner. Now in this 500 tick, I have moved this target further out. The second, it's already hit what was identified by the bot as a second target. So it's hit and exceeded second target. So what I'll probably do is turn trail off and go to second target. I surely don't want to give them back any ticks. Now, if I get that move down further, great. If not, we're going to have this. So again, let me just close that trade out. So on the session today, in a rather light session, the 500 tick on the Russell was good for $940. Okay? This was the best performing of the 2. This had a short here right after the open, which is a winner. It actually started out probably with this loss here because I had the bots on. So started out here with a loss. You get that reversal, target, target. You get this nice long in here against your background, target, target. You get this nice short in here, target 1. Another small losing trade here. And another winning trade here, which we just closed. So on the session, and I've turned the bot off, on the session, the 500 tick was good for $940 in gross profits. Not bad for half a session. The 15 range on the Russell, if I close this trade out now, closed up $95. It only had 2 trades. It had this losing trade to start, and it had this winning trade, which stayed in for quite some time. Closed up $95 on the 15 range. Green nonetheless. Now the NASDAQ today performed differently over some different charts. Here is the NASDAQ on a 15 range. Took a couple of trades, finished up $15. Most recently was this trade here at 1102, which is a nice winning trade. This was a losing trade. This is a no trade there. It had that trade there for a winner. Nope, actually a loser, didn't go to target. So we basically had a winner and a loser on the 15 range. So the 15 range on both the NASDAQ and the Russell were really insignificant. The 500 tick on the Russell, as I showed earlier, which was up 940. Now the 500 tick on the NASDAQ was up 330, and there's a bigger break on the NASDAQ, up $330. Okay. Nice winner here. Looks like shorts for the most part. Doesn't get this short at 11 o'clock. It's against a green background, unfortunately. Does not take that long, right? So we're not taking counter trend trades. You'll notice I'm trading trend only. And by trend only, I'm trading in the direction of these higher time frames. It's a 500 tick chart. I'm trading in the direction of the 750 and 987 tick. I don't get that short. I don't get this long. I don't get that short. But when all is said and done, it did finish up $330 in the NASDAQ on the 500 tick. This is why I run multiple time frames with the bot, because not all trades will fire, or trades will not necessarily fire on all time frames on any given day. Now, the real winner on the NASDAQ was this Unirenko. Okay, so we've altered the averages. We're assessing against a 233 and a 466 tick. This is what we've identified via back testing as having been the best settings, most optimal settings. And we've also altered the moving averages. Okay. The Unirenko today traded $1,095 to the positive. You can see these trades. If we go back to today, right? So we get this short at 928. We've got this short for a winner, almost both targets, but certainly a winner. It does not take this. Unfortunately, it's against a red background. So it doesn't take the counter trend. Same here. It's another winning trade, but doesn't take, the bot will not take these trades. Okay. We do get this short for, mostly a winner. One tick shy of first target. Does not take that. Doesn't take that. Doesn't take that. Doesn't take that. Or any of these. But it does get this at 1145. Winner, winner. Nothing here. But trading 4 contracts, 2 and 2, up $1,000 on this particular instrument. I'll show you gold. Here's gold on a 5-minute. Now remember, I said I watch different charts of the same instrument. Gold had one trade today on a 5-minute chart, trading against a 2 and a 4-minute time frame. One trade today for $510. Pretty nice little trade. That's the 5-minute. Here is gold on a 500 tick using a 233 and a 466. Now this would be in a short, but I have it off already. So this would have shorted. Okay? Up $960 today. Most of it on one trade. Here's one trade here. One trade here. Both targets hit, and it still goes. Small losing trade in here. And then a manual entry based on time frame background confirmation, and it trails all the way through here. You would be in a short here, but I have it off. Crude on a 750 tick chart was up $660 today. Pretty good sell-off in crude. Not sure why, but it's irrelevant. But you get this huge move here. $660 on crude today. There were no trades in the ES on the charts that I trade. I do watch 2 ES charts. So here is an ES. This is a 15 range, and this is a high probability chart. We get very few trades on this particular chart, but when they fire, the probability is over 90%. No trades there. This also is a high probability chart. This is a 15-minute using a 5, 10, and 20-minute filter. Does not take this short today. It's against a white background. But again, doesn't get this. There was a trade here on Tuesday, I believe. No, was in the NASDAQ. No trades on this chart. But again, this particular chart and settings give very few trades, 1 to 2 a week, and they do run somewhere around 90% probability. For those that might trade silver, here's a silver trade today. Trading 2 contracts up 425. Silver early on takes this short, gets both targets. That's at 8:30. And then takes this long in here and gets both targets. So one target, 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Up 425 on silver. There were no trades in the YM. Well, there was a pound trade. Here's a 6B trade. This is a 10 range using a 3 and 5 minute settings. And the 6B took this trade this morning. First target, closed the runner manually up 287.50 on the 6B today. One trade. The only thing that was down today was the dollar index. Dollar index lost money today on this long. Never went to target, never gave me a short. Down 75 bucks. There were no trades in copper. There was no trade in natural gas. Now in natural gas today in back testing, we identified a chart that again has a actual 90% win percentage with very little draw, but it doesn't take many trades. These are the settings. So it's a 3 minute using a 5 minute filter, simply a 5 minute filter. The purple background denotes the time when the bot is off in the auto settings. So here's a trade that it would have taken for winners. But again, based on what we've identified in back testing, it doesn't take a lot of trades. So that's fine, but it's a high percentage of winners. So for those of you guys that did not attend the webinar, again, if you didn't attend the webinar, this is a very interesting and unique bot. Most bots that are on the market are utter failures. They do not make money. Ours makes money daily. If you take the aggregate totals today, I haven't bothered to figure it out, but it's significant. Now again, not all time frames perform every day. As I showed, the 15 range charts today on the Russell and the NASDAQ really did nothing. $95 on the Russell and $15 on the NASDAQ. Not impressive, but that's why I run multiple time frames on the NASDAQ, which is my favorite instrument to trade, so that I generally get an aggregate positive total. Guys, I've built a new website for the bot. I built a new website for the bot, and I'll show you the new website. Targets Trading Pro. Well, we call it in the room the Veritas order entry indicator, and that's how it's developed. This will be the actual marketing end of the indicator. Targets Trading Pro. I have a members area here for those that actually own the bot and anyone that may own it in the future. It is also built for Sierra charts. Ninja 8 and Sierra charts. I will have it built for the MT5 platform and TradeStation over the next couple of months. But there's a really interesting article that I would suggest that you guys read on robotic trading programs. Take a look at that. One of the questions that comes up is, do you trade a live account? And the answer is I do. And you can see screenshots of my live account and trades, actual trades that were taken. Now, for the record, today, I did not trade live, with volume being thin and it being basically a long weekend for most traders. I did not trade live. I turned the bots on and let them run as they normally would, but I did not take a live trade today at all. But I do trade a live account. Here is a crude trade, a NASDAQ trade, and another crude trade. You can see targets hit. You can see my account number. Guys, this is the bot. Far and away, it's the best one on the market. It is fully automatic. It trails automatically. Once you turn it on, you'll know it's on. You'll get the border. Turn it on, trend only. It will only trade in the direction of what you ask it to do. I prefer trend only. If you want to take longs only, you can take longs only. When the parameters are met, it will trade in longs. When the parameters are met, if you want to trade shorts, it will only trade shorts. And of course, it will take all trades up and down, meaning it will simply trade the delta and moving averages on the chart you're trading and disregard your time frames. I do not ever trade all trades. A couple of interesting settings that we've programmed into the bot. So we have some settings that we've programmed into the bot, which I think are awesome. One is we have a time setting. So there's a time filter here. If I check the box, I can program this to start and stop at up to 3 separate times in any 24-hour period. So let's say I want to trade Europe, right? 3 a.m. And let's say I want it to turn off when Europe gets slow at 5:30. So the bot will now turn itself on at 3 a.m. and it will turn itself off at 5:30 a.m. And let's say I want to set it, I've got to go to work at 8, and I want to set it for a couple minutes after the opening of the market, 9:30, and I want to shut it off when Europe closes. There you go. Now the bot will trade from 3 a.m. to 5:30 a.m., then 9:35 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Say I want to catch the last hour of the market. 1500 to 1600. So now it's set to trade 3 different times throughout the day, trying to capture the periods where there is the most market movement. Okay, that's your time filter. It will not take trades outside of those hours. There's another filter in there, guys, which is a daily goal filter. Right here. Daily goal and loss. So let's say your daily goal or daily loss is $500. When one of those numbers is hit, the bot will shut itself off. So it's effective cash management if you're running the bot completely unattended. But this is our bot, guys. I think we have built the absolute boss of robotic trading bots out there. It is certainly, of what I've seen, the most profitable. For those of you guys that did not attend the webinar, you can purchase the bot for $21.97. There is also a strategy that goes with it. So if I want to back test, I go to Strategy Analyzer, and I can do optimization with the Veritas bot. And now I can plug in parameters, and I can test different things, different settings, different times to come up with the most opportunistic times to trade and the most highly profitable, best settings with moving averages, time frames, etc. to trade. As I said, we've identified some time frames on charts like that ES chart. It may only take 2 trades a week, but it runs at a 90% profitability rate. If anybody has any questions or you have an interest in the bot, you guys can reach out. You guys can reach out to Lauren, and I'll show you the exact special that I showed in the webinar. And just to recap here, guys, Veritas order entry indicator bot. Trades can be entered either fully automatic, meaning you do nothing but turn it on and turn it off, or manual. You can enter trades manually. The indicator is set to override your basic ATM strategy and correctly place stops and targets based on the chart you're trading and current ATR, average true range, and a multiple thereof. Should trend change, the bot will auto exit and reverse the trade. So you are not locked in a trade. The bot can be placed on any time frame. Minute base, tick base, range, volume, Uniranko, doesn't matter. It can also be placed on multiple time frames of the same instrument and run them simultaneously. For instance, in the NASDAQ, I run 4 different charts: 15 range, Uniranko, 500 tick, and a 3-minute time frame. Simple to operate, clear entries, which are not subjective and require nothing on your part. When the parameters are met, guys, the bot will fire the trades, will set the stops, will set the targets, and will auto trail to your profit target. Why automated trading? Most traders suffer from overthinking and overanalysis. Many traders hesitate on entry. Most traders can't determine the exact stop placement based on the chart they're trading or targets. I think this is the best. Overcomes trader anxiety. Let the bot trade, fellas. It's profitable. Okay? It also overcomes the want to close trades too soon and move stops incorrectly and overtrade. Okay? So what's included in the bot? Any and all future upgrades at no additional cost. You will always have an up-to-date bot. You will be added to a member-only Skype chat group. You will get 3 months in the room free with the bot purchase so that you can trade with me and trade in the room and learn to understand this incredible tool. For those that want to stay after 3 months, $199 a month, you can stay in the room. Weekend education, one-on-one help when needed at no charge. Current bot pricing, guys, is $24.97 plus an additional charge of $249 for the strategy. The webinar special that I ran Tuesday, which many of you attended, many of you did not, but you signed up, is $2,297. That gives you the strategy and the bot for life. If anyone is interested, contact lauren.veritasfuturestrading@gmail.com, or you can call me at 770-715-3883. Once again, just to reiterate, the website for anybody that would like to see it, you can reach out to me via the website as well, is targetstradingpro.com. I encourage you to read this, Practical Problems of Finding a Profitable Robot Trading Program. Guys, I want to thank you for listening. If anybody has questions or would like to buy the bot, all you got to do is holler. We'll get you a discounted invoice. Have a great weekend, fellas.